Well, we've been through some very strong energy this week, and it's not over yet. We have 4 out of 5 planets, all in Aquarius, pushing us out of our comfort zones. We're understanding what isn't working. We're understanding why it's not working. We're seeing new and original ways of doing things going forward. There's so much energy. Let's just dive into it, shall we? Sit back, relax. Let's explore this energy. Together, we'll come to an understanding of how we can embrace this energy, we can utilize this energy, and we can move forward today and every day. I have a Dylan hair or something there. He has fine hair. So, anyways, I'm Tilly. Hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. And welcome. Welcome to your weekend focus for February the 17th and the 18th, 2024. So we'll dive right into the numerology. Saturday, we have that beautiful 17 energy. Making the impossible possible. Finding that hope. Finding that faith. Or that realignment with what you were really initially going after. Maybe you got sidetracked in some way. But this is definitely a time where we see where we can go forward where we didn't see it before. And so our hope is renewed. We see that light at the end of the tunnel. Our faith is renewed. 1 plus 7 is an 8. That's all about abundance and growing your abundance, bringing in wealth for yourself, prosperity. It's also, your stature in the community. Growing your stature, growing your empowerment. If we look at the daily numerology for Saturday, it would be a 2 plus 8 plus an 8, which is an 18. So the 18 is all about our inner self. The 18 is all about knowing our feelings, our triggers, what makes us happy, what makes us sad, what makes us anticipating the next thing to fearing or dreading the next thing. What are those switches that go off and on within us? And where do we want those settings to be? Where do we want to, have that joy, that celebration in our life on a continuous basis? How do we bring that in to being, and what is preventing us from that? And getting to know yourself a little bit better, in which then you also learn your environment a little bit better. And then you can take control of your environment and decide what is going to be within your environment and what isn't. 1 plus 8 is a 9 energy, so we are essentially, clearing the way so that we can bring in that best life ever, that happiness, that success, that joy, that contentment, that abundance, that peace of mind. Maybe it's just great health. What is your best life ever? What does it look like? Who are you in it? What do you look like? What are some of the characteristics you have? Adopt one. Make room for that to be a part of your life. Maybe you procrastinate. Oh, by the way, procrastination, we were talking about that the other day. On Patreon, I found the procrastination one and the 21-day manifestation challenge. Okay, so I put them into collections. So I think you have a button to hit collections and you'll see both of them there. Okay, so they're there on my Patreon for anybody who is wondering. But back to procrastination. What was I saying about it? Maybe you procrastinate. And so you take steps to learn how to not procrastinate. And by the way, procrastination is not laziness. Okay, not by any stretch of the imagination is it laziness. So stop using that as your crutch on why you procrastinate, because you just always... But there is a science behind it, and I give that to you, okay? In combating procrastination. Okay, I think it's, I don't know. There's a little bit there. I think like maybe, 10 lessons or something. Anyways, back to the reading here. On Sunday, we have the 18 energy. So we're back to talking about the 18 energy. We won't go into that again, but when we do the daily numerology for Sunday, it'd be a 2 plus a 9 plus an 8, which gives us that 19 energy. And the 19 energy is us. It's our light. It's our vibration and raising our vibration. It's understanding what we already have accomplished and what we already do and the talents, abilities that we already have. We kind of in some way intuitively take stock of these things. We're feeling stronger. And so when we feel stronger, confidence rises, our vibration rises, our light shines. And we are able to see a path forward where we wouldn't have normally seen that path. But we've raised our vibration, we've raised our energy, and now we are prepared to go forward. We see the path because now we are on the same vibrational plane with it. 1 plus 9 is a 10. 10 is luck. 10 is about writing new chapters in your life, new seasons coming in. This too may pass if you're going through a more challenging season of your life. 1 plus 0 is a 1, and that is our independence. That is, I heard the dream maker, but not the dream maker. Well, the dream maker in some ways. The 1 is about going forward, wanting that conflict, wanting that challenge, because on the other side of challenge, on the other side of conflict, that's where you find the successes. And so we get geared up to be the pioneer. We gear ourselves up to be the trailblazer. Okay, Sun is in Aquarius, and it moves into Pisces at, after 11 o'clock p.m. So 11 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. So depending on your time zone, it could be the 19th. So happy birthday to some of those early babies that just happen to be in the right time zone. Otherwise, the Piscean energy, the party will begin officially on the 19th for everybody. But let's need a sip here. Pardon me. So this weekend will be the last and final weekend of the Aquarian Sun energy. But remember that we have quite a bit of energy already in Aquarius, right? 4 out of 5 of our planets for this weekend will be in Aquarius. The Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. The only one that's really missing is the moon, but we've just had a new moon, that electrifying new moon that kind of started the party off. It was kind of like the fireworks of what was about to come. And then we got a whole week of like solid, strong energy. Next week it lightens up a bit, okay? So that we can deal with the energy that we've already walked through. But so we're immersed in the Aquarian energy right now. We hunger for knowledge. We hunger for experience. We want originality. We want originality, innovation over conventional. I guess that's the best way to put it. We now see what no longer has value, has served its purpose, or it's deemed outdated in your life. We want to feel the freedom. Where we feel restricted, where we see those limitations as being false limitations, or where they felt like they were safety nets before and now feel like they are constricting you in some way. And we come together under this energy to work collectively for a better tomorrow. In some way, in some form. The moon is in Gemini, moves into Cancer Sunday evening around 10:30 p.m. So our moon will be a Gemini moon for the weekend as well. So we want to grow it by imagining it, by doing it, by learning about it. We're curious. We may be restless. We are reading, we're learning, we're teaching. We're communicating with each other. But the highlight of this weekend is Venus conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So when things happen at 0 degrees, that alone electrifies the energy. But remember that Pluto has talked to the Sun, it's talked to Mercury, it's talked to Mars, it's talked to the Moon. So now it's finally caught up to talk to Venus. The energy is electrified as we go after our deepest needs, our deepest wants. And it will mainly concern, because it's Venus, money and love, because that's what Venus rules, beauty. So this intensifies the need of these things. It changes the way we want to interact with these things in our life. And we want to experience love on a deeper, more intense level. We really need to stay mindful that we are not actually demanding these things from another. Okay, we can become very obsessed, very manipulating, incredibly focused on our deepest desires. So keep yourself in check. And if you're being asked to participate in some way, pay attention. Are they obsessed? Are they being manipulating right now? On the brighter side of things, the moon will also be in harmony with Chiron and the North Node. So this is a time that suggests that we may be connecting with a sense of purpose, which will fuel us going forward. So it's beautiful, strong, intense energy but we really have to keep ourselves in check. We have to be patient. We have to take that breath. We have to step back and look at it from a logical standpoint. And the Aquarian energy wants us to be logical. The Aquarian energy doesn't get into emotional. When it goes into Pisces, that's when we'll get emotional about it. So this is the time to put in the logic right now, this weekend. Okay, I did that fun little, if you subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, you went into a draw for like a mini reading. So my mini reading is just, when I'm waiting for the waitress to put my card through or something, whatever it might be. And I say, what's your sign, And then they'll tell me, and then I'll tell them a little bit about themselves based on that little bit of information, their first name and when they were born. And it's like, it takes the time that you would, actually do the whole debit transaction, maybe a couple minutes longer, right? But never anymore, because they're working and they're busy. They don't have time to chit and chat. And so I thought, well, I'll just throw that out to you guys. So it's not an incredibly, in-depth reading or anything. But if you want, Carrie, you haven't, check your spam, okay? It's there, okay? I sent it a few days ago to you, so. But let's do it. Okay, let's do it. You just never know when I'm going to throw this in. So I'm throwing this in. So you have to be a subscriber, of course. Like the video, please. And then a comment. It could be just an emoji, okay? You don't sit there and go, well, what am I going to say? Just an emoji, okay? And you'll be thrown in the hat for a free little mini reading. It was fun to do. And I appreciate all of your support. And so this is a way I can say thank you. So anyways, our underlying energy, the Knight of Cups. This is about finding joy. This is about finding happiness. This is Venus at its best, I think, because this is my knight in shining armor in the deck. He's full of love. He's full of romance. He's full of desire. He's full of passion, and he wants to totally immerse himself into the joyful part of those experiences, those beings. Our first card is Temperance. That's having more by having less. It's understanding what truly has value and letting go of it, leaving it in the past. Changing the course of or direction perhaps in some habit or your behaviors in some way. Maybe it's your routine that needs to be jarred up a little bit. But this is about finding a true inner peace and a pure inner balance. This is about being centered. This is about knowing who you are. And this is understanding that we don't need all the external in order to feel strong inside. So Temperance is having more but having less. Now also, the 14 energy is also the blacksmith kind of energy. He gets that fire just rocking, and he throws that steel in and he hammers it and he bends it and he And it turns into a work of art. Because he had the patience to wait for the fire to get to a certain temperature. Then he had the patience to wait for that iron to also heat up to that perfect color. And then he hammered it in just the right force. Not too hard, not too soft, in order to make it what he wants. And we are essentially forging our way forward right now. So if you can see yourself as, you have to have patience as this pathway starts to expand for you, so that you can get comfortable in that pathway a little bit, so that you can go forward again. And it's almost like these waves, these ripple effects. As you go to one, you start to go to the next. And we have to have the patience for ourselves to catch up to what is happening and what is changing and how we are changing. So we are forging ourselves in some way. We have the Four of Swords. Watch your health, okay? Don't take any unnecessary risks. This is also a time to rejuvenate. This is a time to breathe. This is a time to take things slowly and surely. This is a time to dream about your tomorrow. This is a time to rest, recuperate, to heal. So this weekend, don't push yourself so hard. I just told you, be like the blacksmith and just hammer away once you get that hot enough. But I'm telling you here, this is also about a little bit about relaxation and letting your hair down, enjoying the moment, enjoying life, enjoying the people that are around you, your environments, finding the joy and the giggles and the laughter. I mean, that's also a part of this card. I said the knight in shining armor. He's the one that comes in and, he's got a lunch packed, a beautiful blanket to throw underneath that tree. Couple of goblets there. I'm sure a wine flask is somewhere nearby, waiting to go up and enjoy, to immerse yourself in within your senses of what is happening around you, to appreciate when you bite into that food, the taste, the texture, the smell. When you take that breath of air, the flower that you inhaled, inhaling that fragrance. This isn't a time for arguments. This is not, you've taken off your armor, you've hung up your weapons for the time being. This is not a time to get into the big debates or anything like that. In fact, you want to steer clear of those things. You can have those debates with yourself right now. Practice them. Understand what you truly want to say. And we have the Ace of Swords, the aha moment. Once again, the aha moment appears in our life. How incredibly rich is that for us? I can't, it's immeasurable, I think, for me right now. The amount of times this has come out in the last month or two, over and over and over again, saying this is the period of time that you will have that aha moment, that revelation, that epiphany. You'll overhear something, you'll see something, you'll read something. Somebody will say something to you. And all of a sudden, this light bulb goes off. This understanding comes in. This clarity is there. And you see the way forward, very much like the 19 energy, where now you are at the right vibration in order to see that energy, that step forward. Got the Seven of Cups. We don't want to make any rash decisions here. We want to think things through. We want to make sure that this is exactly what we want or don't want going forward. We're not in a hurry here. We may feel like we are in a hurry, but we need to take a breath. We need to think it through. We need to really take solid steps here. And the Ten of Wands. This is releasing what no longer works. Okay, here we are. We're struggling. Look at the step. Look at how hard it is for you to take that step, and the next step, and the next step, and beyond, till you get to the castle. Can you see the castle? It's right up there. That little stick out of the ground is actually the castle, and that's the distance you need to walk. You'll never make it. You'll never make it. So stop. Look at what you are carrying forward with you. Is it necessary? Does it have value? Here we have a lot of wands that we are taking forward, representing a lot of obligations, responsibilities, and things we take with us as we go forward in each and every day. But some of them is dead wood. Some of it needs to be left behind. So it's about understanding, taking the time to be aware of what no longer works, no longer has value, in order to really strive forward in the way you want. Just have another sip here. I'm talking way too much today, all day. I do have the gift for gab though, so. Okay, let's see what our card is. It is contemplation. I kid you not, it's contemplation. 29. The 11 energy appears. Now, usually when we get to the 11 energy through a 29, it means that some kind of lesson is going to come into our life. To see how we react. It's not so much what happens to us in life, it's how we react to it. It's what we do with that energy, with that knowledge, with that situation. How we look at it. Is it positive? Is it negative? Who's to know? Okay, but we do label it. So be careful on how you're labeling things right now, because this could very well be a test to see how you handle it. Will you do it differently? Have you learned the lesson fully? But going into an 11 energy, you know, that's the master teacher coming out. That's saying, you know, pay attention to your obligations and your responsibilities, but also to the obligation to yourself, to your goals, to your dreams, to your desires, and meet it consistently with focus, with attention. Okay, anyways. Let's try and get that nice and clear for you. You'll see pictures within the pictures, I am sure. Enjoy your own company. This is a wonderful time for you to reorganize and consider the things that you enjoy most in your life. Make a point of spending a little time allowing your mind to wander away from everyday concerns that occupy your time. Give yourself an opportunity to be inspired. Ruminate on your inner voice and listen to your own counsel. And we'll get an animal card here. So listen to your own counsel. Our intuition is like right off the walls right now. Okay, we can tap into things right now. We can see a lot clearer now than we usually can. The veil is thinner right now than it usually is. And we have the polar bear, the mystic. See if we can get that nice and clear. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. You truly do carry the shaman within you right now with all this energy. And know that the challenges make you stronger. And that's probably because the 29 energy popped in there and said, well, we're going to challenge you a little bit just so that you know. Have faith when you face adversity. Don't look at it as the struggle, but look at it as the challenge that you will be able to get through, to find the success. Take time to rest. We had that today with our Four of Swords. Renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. We were just talking about that. You carry the shaman within. It really is about the mystic within you. Understanding that true essence of who you are and what really brings joy into your life. And then understand how you can start to bring that joy consistently into your life. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.